Welcome back to the podcast, Beard Bros. My brother,
Hey.
you know me, and the new guest, Steve-O.
Steve-O.
Want to introduce yourself a little bit?
My name's Steve. They call me Steve-O. I'm glad to be here.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
Well, let's get this going. So, let's get to knowing you, because I don't know you very well. I know you're my brother's friend. We've met each other on occasions.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit. Were you born in Roswell?
Yeah, I was born and raised here.
Okay, and then did you end up moving anywhere?
I moved to El Paso about
Okay.
a year ago, and then I just moved back, and then I've been here since.
Okay. And so what do you do? What do you
Work for an electrician, my grandpa.
Oh, okay.
So I do that. every
That's
day.
what's up. That sounds like a good plan. Tell me some more about yourself. Like, did you play any
I
sports?
went to Roswell High. I
Okay.
played football, played basketball,
Hell yeah. That's what's up.
played baseball.
Okay. Let's see. What else could we ask the fella? So, by what I understand is you've gone to EDC, correct?
Yeah.
And you've been to quite a bit of ravers as
Yeah.
well. I've been to EDC. Tell me, when did you go to EDC?
When did I go to EDC? I went in first one was 2016, I think. That's
Okay.
when Gino and Ayo and
Damn, a veteran. He said multiple. That's a
Damn, I've been
veteran.
to more than
I've
one.
been twice.
Huh?
That's a veteran, bro.
Okay. And so, going into EDC, what was your expectation? Had you gone to previous ravers? And what did you think it was going to be like before you gone to your first one?
before I got to my first one.
Yeah.
I had never ever listened to that shit ever.
Okay.
Ever. And then
For real?
I'd heard a couple songs, but I didn't give a shit about it.
Okay.
And then I met Keanu and Robbie and Derek, and they were going to one of my passes, and like, let's go. And I was like, I'm down. I'm always down to try some shit.
Okay.
So I went, and it was tight. Like, it was pretty cool. And then now I'm here, balls deep.
You was just at one a couple weeks ago, right? Like,
Yeah, and then I'm balls deep. I went to California last week by myself.
I was gonna ask you, how was that by
Damn.
yourself? That shit was crazy. or
That shit
what?
was tight. It was tight going by myself. It was tight.
What was the rave? It was just
It
like
was
a
just-
random one.
Yeah, just a random one.
Was it kind of lit?
It
Or?
was pretty lit. T.I. was there. I got to see
Oh,
T.I.
yeah, I
Oh,
seen you
no
tweet that
shit, huh?
T.I. was there.
Damn, that's what's up.
Have you been seeing the Shaq shit?
I've seen Shaq twice. Yeah, I've seen Shaq twice.
Damn, that's
what
what
it
beast or
He's
what?
huge, dog. He's so fucking big.
That
Bro.
fool be in fucking mosh pits, bro. Have you seen that shit?
Oh, you know what? I think I did see that video of fucking Shaq fucking shit up,
Yeah,
isn't he?
he's mosh pit.
Yeah.
Fuck out of
You know
it,
what?
bro.
Damn. That's fucking dope, bro. No, I've been to EDC once. I think it was 2015. I had listened to that type of music a little bit, but I didn't know it was so in depth.
Yeah.
Like you have your different
It's
stages,
a lot.
and so when I went, I expected to go hard, but fuck, I went hard the first 2 days, and the third day I was
It's long,
done,
bro.
bro.
It's a
Yeah,
long 3
bro.
days, dog. You don't sleep. You
Well,
really don't sleep.
yeah,
It's
you-
from fucking 6 at night till 6 in the morning.
And you're in Vegas to
And you're
begin
in
with.
Vegas to begin with. By the time you leave,
You're
get
already
back to your
starting again.
hotel, it's like 10 in the fucking
Like,
morning.
what do you do to stay up, bro? You just fucking
Fuck.
anything and everything?
Drugs.
Yeah, I was about to say
I was
anything.
gonna say, I mean,
It's anything and everything around
I
there.
need my sleep. I pop my shit if I take my shit in there, so by the time it's done, like it's gone.
Yeah,
I'm
good.
ready to get home and just pass the fuck out.
Nah, yeah, that's
But it's a
very
long 3
true,
days.
man. I mean, I remember we flew out of Albuquerque that morning like 7 a.m. We got there at 7 a.m. And then by the time we got into the room and everything, I think by 9 o'clock we had already stopped at we went and walked to a Walgreens.
Yeah, you
Started
have to.
drinking down.
You have
just,
to.
Yeah, we
First,
just
when you get there, you gotta
first
start
fucking
drinking,
day
just
got
fuck it.
started getting fucked up. I think we ended up all passing out by like 10
Yeah.
p.m. We partied all day,
The first.
and then
I
you're
need some
done.
advice. I'm going in October, so I need advice, bro. I need y'all.
You just gotta drink. The first time I went to EDC, the first night there, we went out clubbing, and Gino and them bought this random ass pill from this random ass dude off the street, and they gave it to me to hold it. Like, hold this. I was like, all right, cool. Like, I'll fucking hold it. Well, we went into a club, and they were searching. Like, they were like patting you down pretty good. And like, it was just in my pocket. Oh, it was a pill. I was like, what the fuck do I do with this? I put it under my tongue real quick. I was like, I'll get through this and I'll take it out. Well, fuck no. I went through one, went upstairs, and he had to go through another one. So by the time I got through the second one, I went to go get a drink, and I was like, I lifted
Shit.
it, and when I touched the pill, it was
It was
gone.
all
And I was just
Yeah,
like,
this
oh,
fool is
shit.
serious.
So I went up to Airwood, and I was like, that pill melted, I'm about to be fucked up in like 10 minutes. And
Fuck.
then next you know, I
countdown
kind of
started,
remember
yeah.
just like kind of waking up the next morning. That was before even
Yeah,
day
you
one.
got that fucked
I was
up.
fucked up.
Okay, so that's a funny story. So whenever I had gone, it was the fall that Monday. So EDC was over,
Yeah.
and we were still there for a couple of days. We started getting fucked up. Well, that night we're like, well, fuck it, let's get more faded. And one of the girls had met this dude, and he said he had some X, or I don't know what he had. So either way, we fucking thought it was a good idea. Took some, bro. Bro, I was fucked up. Like the rest of the night, to the point that I don't remember the nighttime. Bro, I was done. I woke up the next morning and it was like, it was some crazy shit. Like one of the girls fucking, two girls that I went with, I don't know why they were fighting, but they were fighting. So one of the girls decided it was a good idea to book an early flight. So she ends up bouncing early, bro. She takes off early. And I wake up and I'm like, hey, where's so-and-so? I ain't gonna name drop. But I was like, where's so-and-so? And she's like, that bitch fucking left. And I was like, what the fuck? And they're like, you don't remember? Fucking blah, blah, blah. And I was like, nah. And she's like, you fucking disappeared. And I was like, what the fuck? She's like, you almost got ran over. I was like, oh my gosh, bro. I was fucked up that next day.
That'd be a good ass story going to EDC and get fucking ran over.
No, not really. Yeah, 'cause
Dom Nunez almost got smacked.
fuck. No, EDC is dope, but best advice is probably one, stay hydrated, and two, probably pace yourself a little.
What EDC?
Yeah.
Or you just like about Vegas?
Vegas in
in general,
general,
too.
no,
Yeah,
Vegas
yeah.
in general is
Even in like October where it's kind of cooler?
it's still
There's a lot of
fucking-
walking.
It's a lot of-
It's
yeah,
of you're just straight
it's-
drinking alcohol, dude.
At least
Real-
balance yourself a
Yeah.
little, because
Should I buy a hooker or?
no, probably not.
Not a hooker.
Probably not.
I would.
No,
I never
okay.
had.
I mean, I never tried it either.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm not naming.
I was
I'm not
gonna say, I know
giving-
who did it.
Somebody got hands, so ask him. If you know,
I was
ask
gonna
him.
say, I know.
We're gonna have to bring that motherfucker on.
Ask him.
We're gonna have to bring that motherfucker on. Like, yo, what happened?
Yeah, that shit
Nah,
good.
I mean, it's dope, but see, I guess I didn't get to experience Vegas as much as I'd like to, because we were mainly there for EDC.
Yeah, you gotta go separate times.
Yeah,
you
'cause
can't do
You
both.
can't do both, because like you said,
Too
you're
much.
up all night and trying to do things all day. It's too much fucking hassle.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it's fun and all, but it was a lot
Is
of
EDC
fucking...
your favorite? Like rave to go to?
That one's tight. Nah, it's probably the one in Ohio. That
What's
one's
over
tight.
there? What's that
Ohio.
called?
There's one that's called Lost Land.
Lost Land, huh? I'm assuming you've not been to Tomorrowland?
Nah, that's too far.
That's in Orlando,
That's
huh?
like in Belgium or something.
Oh, for real? I thought that was in Orlando. What's the one in Orlando?
EDC.
Because I know EDC travels
EDC
everywhere.
Orlando.
I remember one of the mornings, I think it was leading up to EDC, I'd gone down that morning to go swimming, and I was by myself. I just wanted to swim. It was fucking nice,
Well,
bro.
you do that every time, don't you? Because in Denver, you went swimming too.
Okay, so I met this badass bitch, but she had a dude. Bro, they were from Australia, going to EDC. They were there to go to EDC too. We started chit chatting. It was cool, bro. I was just like,
Did they have like an accent or not?
yeah, they definitely
Yeah.
did. They even the way they spoke English, but
Like a
it
proper
was
here,
super like different English.
like pop and like all kinds
You
of
can
stuff.
take it. We've done it before.
We've been there,
I
done
mean, I think every single person
Somebody
has
call.
that. Someone's got to call.
Except her, I think. I don't think Josh got one.
No, I don't think so either.
But Australia, like they say like words that we would say like soda, but they'll say like pop or something. Like
Oh
that.
yeah.
They say like weirder words like how like UK they say like don't suck garage. They say like
Mate.
they say some
Yeah,
weird
yeah.
shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I know. So there's that fight they just booked for the Robert Whittaker versus Israel Adesanya. It's a UFC. It's a middleweight class, 185. They're gonna be fighting in Australia, and their venue. It holds up to 60,000 people.
What?
They said if they sell out, that'll be the biggest UFC. And like, yeah, it's in
general or just in
all
Australia?
together.
Oh
no,
shit.
like ever in UFC history, and
Is
so
it really that big?
yeah. Well, I think it's like a soccer field.
I was gonna say it has
It's
to
like
be
it's not like
rugby
a
or something.
regular like T-Mobile arena or nothing.
What if they
but-
fight at the Coliseum, bro?
Well, I just know like so Adesanya's
Just like
Nigerian.
Coliseum, two fucking swords and everything.
Fuck.
Okay, what happened?
So-
to Adesanya?
Adesanya's Nigerian, but he was like raised in Australia,
Yeah.
and then Robert Whittaker's from Australia, but for some reason they call each other. I want to say they're called Aussies.
Yeah.
He calls him an Aussie, but it's like he's like that. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think that means because Adesanya calls Robert Whittaker an Aussie means he's a knockoff, not Australian.
Yeah.
Like he's throwing shade at him, but I always thought Aussie meant like
It's
a
Australia.
native
Yeah.
of
But
Australia.
it's like saying like Indian. You're not really supposed to say Indian. It's kind of disrespectful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I feel like if I were, and I don't know, but if I were to call somebody like a Cherokee, I feel like that's more offensive.
That's more proper though. I mean, that's what he is.
But I don't. So what would you like? I guess call me Mexican rather than what? Like
No, you'd be Hispanic, wouldn't you?
I don't know. I don't.
I
guess.
don't know.
I guess that's what I mean. Is
I mean, it don't get me offended unless they really put like an emphasis like on like
The way they say it.
the B word or
see,
the
I
W
guess
word.
that's the
Yeah.
thing is like when it comes down to being a little bit like judgmental when it comes to race.
Yeah.
It's I don't know.
I'm more open minded, so
I
like,
guess
you
it's
can call me
hard.
whatever
It's
you really
it's
want.
hard for me to really like. I know black people take the majority of race,
Yeah.
like when it comes to racism,
Yeah,
and it sucks because, no offense, but I truly believe that they, not that they do it to themselves, but I think if they were to cut off calling each other the same thing,
Yeah.
I think that would help their cause a little bit. Like,
I don't know. Not really. I mean, it's more.
well, because
like,
you don't
I
hear.
guess you're right on one sense, but at the same time, it's like they don't put themselves in a position to be called that in the first place. I mean, they
Okay, but then when they do it like nonchalantly, like we call each other bro.
Yeah.
They go about it calling each
No, it's-
other bro, like kind of in their own way, you know?
I mean, I'm not black, so I really have no say. But if I was black and they said it with the A instead of the hard ER, I'd be fine with it.
That's what I'm saying, like,
I think that'd
you
be
know?
cool. Yeah.
But
But-
I'm not black, so I have no.
Exactly. I guess just my thing is like,
I guess
we could get called whatever, and honestly, I could care less.
Yeah,
I don't
really.
give a shit.
Unless it's
But
really
it's
to a
different.
point,
It's different, though.
Until to a point, like it's like you don't shut up. You don't shut up. I mean,
I guess that's
Yeah.
true. Like, if you're belittling me, I guess that's
it's like-
different.
That's
I-
why I feel.
But we also don't go around initiating that type of conversation, you know? Like, I'm not calling you a beaner.
no,
I'm
I'm
like, oh, what up, my beaner? Like, you know
But
what
at
I
the
mean?
same
Like,
time, our people are coming over here illegally, so I mean, we kind of put it. Our
I mean,
people
we're
are kind of
immigrants
we're
or
kind of putting
whatever.
ourselves in a situation to be called like certain. Well, we're not calling our. We don't want to be called it, but it's like an aspect of life because people just see us as an immigrant. We might not even. You're born here. He was born here. I was born here, but we're still.
But there's so
Yeah.
many people that were born here, and I don't understand the racism. Like, it's like we're in 2019. It's like we should be past all this,
Yeah.
and
but
yet it
we're not.
still lingers. I think
Yeah.
honestly, it sucks to say this, but I think it's the elders that grew up being that way
Yeah.
and that have almost like molded their children
Into
as-
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
and then
it's
they've
just-
molded their children.
Because I know all the people I know, like they don't get offended. Like
That's what
oh,
I'm saying. Is I
I-
don't know very many people that get offended.
Like
but-
even my black homies, they don't really get offended. Like they be like, "Man, you're ignorant. Like it don't really bother me. I wasn't born
Yeah.
then and shit. Like it doesn't really bother me."
Right. I don't know. I guess it's just like I said. What's his name calls what's his name an Aussie, and it's supposed to be like super not offensive, but just kind of shit
It's kind of a
talking.
funny word. Like
Yeah.
really.
It sounds. I honestly think it sounds dope. Like an Aussie, like, I'll be like, yeah. But I guess not. I guess
Sound like
it's
a
just.
car, an Aussie.
I guess I don't know. That's. But I'm like super fucking into the UFC. Do you watch UFC?
I watch it.
Dog, I am fucking like this weekend's card. I'm not too stoked about it. It's not.
Who is it?
It's Max Holloway's gonna verse Frankie Edgar.
Oh, Frankie Edgar got him.
You think so? That's
Oh, I think
super
so.
fucking underdog right now.
But the other one, he's
Max Holloway's on a fucking streak, bro.
Yeah,
That would just be.
so was that dude,
bopping.
whatever his name was, he was undefeated.
Who?
The dude that got kneed in the mouth in 5 seconds.
Okay, but the thing
Yeah,
is,
what's
that
his name?
fool
What's
Ben
his-
Askren.
Yeah.
So that fool, I didn't even know this could happen, but
They got
he
traded?
played. Yeah, he fought
Did
for a company called One
Bellator?
Champion.
Oh, I never heard of it.
And that establishment's in Asia, specifically I think in like China or somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And but the UFC traded Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson for Ben Askren.
Would you have done it? I wouldn't have.
I guess I would have, because the thing is for whatever reason, Demetrius Johnson just didn't get the
numbers?
The numbers, like the revenue when
Yeah.
he fought on pay-per-views were sucky.
It's because he was little, though. I mean, he's not very knockout worthy.
I think that's why Cejudo's taken the whole fucking UFC by storm. He
Yeah.
beat Demetrius, then they trade Demetrius, then he fucks up fucking TJ Dillashaw, which then gets popped for fucking steroids. Then he comes back and defeats the number one contender in the bantamweight, which was Moraes. I mean, he just fucking... And then he's like an Olympic medalist in wrestling back in 2008 or something.
See, like,
he's a fucking
I
badass.
probably would have did it too, because Mighty Mouse wasn't like a highlight reel. He was more of a get it done like Mayweather.
Yeah.
He was
Did you
just,
see
he was just there.
John Jones' brother said that he beat the shit out of John Jones? I think it was Chandler Jones.
Chandler Jones
I
said
think
that?
Chandler Jones came
I would
out.
pay to see that. I
He's-
would pay.
Did you see that fool's in some more trouble?
John Jones?
John Jones, bro.
Did you know?
They said that he fucking had a stripper in the headlock and was slapping her vagina.
Hey, but Donald Trump kind of like
What did he
implemented,
say?
just
What did he say? What-
grab her by the pussy.
Grab her by the pussy.
Yeah, he was just doing his move and just.
So yeah, like people have been talking mad shit, bro. Like, just everybody's been coming at him. But right now, obviously, it's allegations. But I guess this happened back in April. I guess in Albuquerque, and
Yeah, that was on Central like that.
That
That was on.
TVs for sure.
Oh,
I don't know, but yeah, he's in some more heat right now. Like,
The Bubba's
I'm pretty sure that.
Fucking
I just know, yeah, like he.
Hey, whoever that was, get on the podcast. I want to hear
For
her
real.
story.
Well, I don't know. I look at it this way: whether or not it's true, the problem with it all is the fact that he even puts himself in that situation.
Yeah, like why would you
It's
even
like
do that?
Zeke, bro. It's just a constant.
That's why I don't think we should sign Zeke.
Go ahead, trade that nigga. Or
Zeke?
trade him.
He's
Are
good.
you a Cowboy fan?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's good. That's what's good, my dog.
My boy.
That's what's good.
My boy.
Boy.
If y'all
Not
know,
anymore,
y'all
dog,
know.
not anymore.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about
About
the
Zeke?
Zeke shit?
Who was he beating up at the fucking festival?
ADC was
You
smacking
see that
something
video?
up at
He
ADC,
beat
yeah.
somebody up, bro.
Or he did something to ADC, I don't know what
Were you there?
he did. No, I don't know this shit.
That would have been funny.
That was good.
No, I just,
I don't know.
for me, I just think that's, like I said, with John Jones, he's putting himself in
Always
the wrong
been
place,
cool.
and so is Zeke.
Yeah, Zeke.
It's like, I get that everybody's talking about Dak needing people, like superstars per se, to be successful. But we thought Dez was a fucking badass. We got rid of him, and we've still established a successful, like, offense.
Yeah.
And I know Zeke's fucking probably the best fucking back in the league.
Easily, probably. Nah, not easily. But it's kind of.
But to
Oh,
me,
he's out there.
I feel like running backs are a dime a dozen.
You got, yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying, bro. But what's up?
No, I was agreeing with
Oh,
you.
yeah.
I want him. I want him to stay. And he came out, I think yesterday or something, that he's not even certain he's gonna hold out yet.
Yeah.
So
I mean, either way, bro, it doesn't matter. I said our, but Cowboys are just a fucking like attraction for like free agents. You see Randall Cobb, he's like, man, wearing the star is probably the most important thing to him right now. He likes it.
yeah,
It's like playing for the Lakers, basically. It's for that.
The Cowboys. Yeah,
it just sucks because we don't fucking do shit.
Ever.
Ever, bro.
But I
It's our year, dog.
So,
This is our year.
I was
It's
listening.
always our year.
It is always-
It's
Hey,
our
but you
year.
gotta admit, every time it comes, the Cowboys are in it until at least
Yeah,
the last
we-
of the season.
Or it's yeah.
At
yeah,
least
yeah,
we
yeah.
might not make the playoffs, but that last
We
game
have a
always
chance every
matters.
year, but we just
Yeah,
Unless we
Shit.
our quarterback's Quincy. Back
but
then,
so
sorry.
I don't remember who I was watching today, but
Jimmy.
somebody mentioned who would you pick based off of whatever you want to think. If you had the number one draft pick, and Carson Wentz and Dak Prescott were sitting there, who you drafting?
At that time,
Right now,
Right
like,
now?
right now,
Like-
today.
Oh,
Today?
easily, I'm picking Dak.
I might go with Wentz to be honest.
I can't.
I'm going
I'm
going
going
Dak.
Wentz.
Why you going Wentz?
Yeah, why are you gonna go Wentz?
Wentz is nice.
Yeah, you got
Okay.
some shit.
Dak Wentz is. I don't know.
I get.
Dak's not consistent from what I've seen.
Okay.
lately. Wentz has been more. He got hurt. See, yeah, I think he's hurt.
That's
I
I
about
just put the
that.
stat out there. He's
What's
been
the stat?
in the season he's been in the league for 3 years.
Yeah.
He's been hurt 2 of them. Altogether, he's missed technically a season and a half.
Yeah.
So he's played a season and a half.
The only thing is, like, he has the numbers to back up why people would pick him up, like, over Dak. But Dak got the, like, durability like a Tom Brady. Tom Brady don't get hurt really.
Yeah.
I mean, he got hurt, but I mean, he's durable.
And I guess, see, my thing is Wentz is overall the prototype of like quarterback.
Yeah.
Got the arm.
Yeah.
He's tall. He's mobile. He's coachable. All these things. But the one thing he is yet to show, and it's probably the most important, is the best ability is availability.
Yeah, bro.
And if he ain't available, what good is he?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, even if Dak isn't that good, no offense, but Dak has gotten us to the playoffs and won a playoff game.
And been in games.
I mean, yeah, because that one year when we lost to the Green Bay Packers, when we were down by like 15 in the fourth, we came back,
Okay,
and then fucking Aaron Rodgers made that fucking crazy
Aaron
throw.
Rodgers is gonna be Aaron Rodgers.
Who you picking, Aaron Rodgers or Drew Brees, if you had to choose?
Oh, easy Aaron Rodgers.
Why?
Because Aaron Rodgers is fucking sick.
Drew Brees is a-
If today, if
Drew
to-
Brees is a
if I have
6'4"
one game,
quarterback.
they're both healthy going into that game, I'm picking Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers.
I'll pick Drew Brees.
One game, I'm picking Aaron
Drew
Rodgers.
Brees.
I'm sorry, they both got Super Bowls. And neither one of them
Yeah.
been back since then.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean,
But he really don't have a team now. Not really.
but that's the
You have Adams.
that's the more reason to go with Aaron Rodgers. Because look, Tom Brady don't have nobody. He's never really Gronk. Yes, look what he did with Gronk. Won 3 Super Bowls.
got him out of the league.
When he had
6.
Randy Moss, when he had Randy Moss, they went fucking undefeated. Yeah, they didn't win the Super Bowl, whatever. Still went fucking undefeated and put up ridiculous numbers. Tom Brady didn't have very much, and when you gave him something, he was sick. Aaron Rodgers is the same. Look at Drew Brees. He's fucking have Michael Thomas, Kamara, fucking Ingram. He had Jimmy Graham. He's had fucking all these players.
I guess you're right. I mean, that's true. But Matt Ryan has the same thing, and he doesn't do shit.
Yeah, but I'm not even thinking Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan's not up.
I
He's good.
have
He's
tier
not up
1
there, yeah.
quarterbacks, and he's like tier
Tier
2. I'll give Matt Ryan tier 2. He's good.
Ooh. Really?
Like, okay, if I
You
had...
look like the
if-
He's
He's
a
if-
low
if-
tier
I don't
2.
like
He's
the
low
Bears.
tier 2.
I feel
going
like
tier 3.
there's like 6 quarterbacks in tier 1 and then like another 6. There's like 4 or 5 tiers.
Yeah.
And I think like the 6 I have over here are just guys that carry their team.
Like Wilson, is he a tier 1?
Oh, easy.
Yeah, that's
Him, Rodgers, Brady, Breeze.
I think you said Roethlisberger for a second. I looked at you
No.
like, hell no.
I'm trying to think of
Back
who
in the
else
day,
is
maybe.
there. Patrick
What about
Mahomes.
Mahomes?
I gotta give a couple more years.
A
to
couple
see.
years.
I do agree. I
For his
think-
first year, tier
I'm
2.
motherfucker's good. He's like a Tim Tebow, maybe.
What do you
Yeah.
mean? Tim
If he-
Tebow. That boy be slating.
If he don't do something next year, he's the next Tim Tebow. Bro. He's out there
Whoa,
playing baseball.
I gotta give him, I gotta
He
give
don't
him
know
a
finish.
few years. I don't like when people come in and they do, like, look, Dak did fucking super good
Yeah.
his first season.
Yeah.
It's always hard to top your first year when you do good.
Yeah, and yet he still won the division another time
Yeah.
since then, carried us to a playoff win. I mean, fuck. I can't say much. I'm just glad football's back.
Chargers. Hey, I'll tell you after this.
What?
You joining Rob's league?
Yeah.
Okay, me too.
Oh, okay.
He's like, since you won, I was like, alright, but you got me.
Yeah,
You said that
since-
shit, bro.
Well, I told her, I said, I ain't joining it unless you're fucking
50 bucks.
upping the fucking money.
It was 50.
Yeah, he told me today. You play fantasy?
Mm-hmm.
You're very good.
You alright?
I was gonna say,
I've
you
never
gotta-
played for money.
Oh, okay.
It's different, bro.
It's
Yeah,
so
it's
different
different.
when it's money because it's like,
I'm talking
well,
shit all
you're
year,
fucking invested.
Yeah,
in it.
yeah,
Like
yes,
I'm constantly watching. So like even now,
bro.
like I'm really keeping my eye on the Melvin Gordon shit.
Yeah, same, bro.
Like,
I don't even think about touching him.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that
First round.
dictates a lot of things.
Yeah,
Like the whole Chargers in general.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like.
I mean, not really. Who's their backup? He's pretty decent.
fuck.
Little dude, you little meatball.
Yeah, I know. He reminds me
Chargers?
of Maurice Jones-Drew.
He's small and he's kind of bulky, bro.
Turner? No, I could look it up.
Yeah, he's a small guy, but he's
Um,
good as fuck. But
No.
that was
Are you gonna
top-
play fantasy football this year?
If someone invites me.
Shit.
Yo,
Hit 'em up.
Fuck.
Hit
Hit me
'em
up too.
up.
I've been in money leagues. I love money leagues. I love to take y'all's money.
Yeah, fucking. I'm only doing fucking 2 fucking leagues, which is now already said and done.
Yeah.
Unless my job invites me to that one, because. But
Show me
they're-
resume, bro. We in the championship most of the time. I mean, show me
Oh, they
resume.
already know. They're always telling me all kind of shit. But
Yeah.
theirs isn't cheap, bro. There's like $500 to buy it. I'm like,
You
damn.
need some sponsors or what?
Fuck, I'm just gonna have them sponsor me.
Hey, I'll sponsor you half.
Fuck, I'm just like-
I'll have it.
Eckler.
You win, cut it with me. I'll have
His
it.
name's Eckler.
Yeah,
Austin Eckler from
He's good, bro.
Western State.
he's a little fast fucker, bro.
He's only 5'10", 24 years old.
I mean, don't quote me like I'm saying he's better than Melvin. No, Melvin's obviously top 5 running back.
So who's your one team that's just a complete sleeper that you just think's gonna come out of nowhere? Like who came out of nowhere last year?
Like,
Almost like the Chiefs, kinda. Not that
Kinda, yeah.
they weren't bad with
Browns,
Alex
maybe.
Smith.
but that's expectation right now. They have to
Yeah.
do
But
something.
the thing is they've not been even to the playoffs
They
in
did pretty good
like
last year. What was it, like
20
8?
They beat the
years.
Raiders.
I don't know.
I got probably Jaguars. Like I said,
The
that's my
Jags,
Super Bowl pick.
I
That's
don't
my
know.
sleeper.
I really like San Francisco.
Yeah.
Jesus.
If Garoppolo
Jimmy.
could do something after that ACL, whatever. it
See,
was.
that's my only thing is I guess.
But
I
ACL's
know,
not
you
that
know what? I
serious
would have
like you
signed
said.
him.
Yeah,
I would have signed him like they did
You have to, kind of.
because he did come from underneath Tom Brady.
Kind of. Yeah, ACL, like you were saying last time, it was not that
I
big.
mean,
of a
Tom
deal.
Brady came back from an
It's
ACL.
not a big deal anymore.
He won 3 Super Bowls.
I mean, it's a big deal, but it's not a
Tom
big
Brady's
deal.
Tom Brady.
Y'all watch baseball? You watch baseball?
A little bit.
Oh,
Here and there.
Not a real. I can't. I'll watch it later on, like August.
I've been
September.
on it. Fuck
I'm a
it.
playoff person. I'm not gonna lie.
I guess
World
that's
Series,
true.
that's the time
I'm
I
kind of like that with
But it's
basketball
gonna,
too.
But it's gonna be the Yankees and Astros in the AL, and then the NL is gonna be the Dodgers.
Probably
Dodgers
Dodgers.
coming out of that motherfucker.
Yeah, like nobody's gonna compete with him.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know who's really in the NL like that, but Dodgers. I hate the Dodgers, but
So I got a story. I barely read this today. I know it's super random. So there was a kid. He had been missing for fucking 10 years. Okay? And just the other day they found him.
alive.
No.
Oh man.
Oh, no, it's not this.
I just broke. Damn, I'm sad. It feels bad.
Nah, so
Sucks.
I think it was 10 years ago, this kid, he had been missing for 10 years, right? And they didn't know what had happened or whatever. They just know, like, that night that he had gone missing, he and his family, I guess, were, like, having some type of argument or whatever, okay? So he takes off or whatever, and he doesn't come home, and obviously they report him missing and shit or whatever. And so there had been all these, like, rumors of what may have happened to him.
Yeah.
They couldn't find him, so, like, I think it was, like, the, what is it called, like, the, immigration or whatever, said that he fled to, I don't know, not Mexico, it was, like, Puerto Rico or some bullshit, and that he even managed to come back to the States, but his whereabouts were unknown.
Yeah.
Well, there was this place he used to work for. I don't know exactly what the place was or whatever, but needless to say, they had like freezers and these storage things or whatever. And I guess, I don't know exactly when, but they were cleaning them.
Yeah.
And they happened to move one of the fucking coolers, and they found a fucking body behind the fucking cooler.
What?
So they fucking get the body, and they're like, who the fuck is this person? Well, they do a DNA test with the parents, because obviously they think, well, what the fuck? Because the clothes he was wearing, it was identical to
The
what
one.
the description was. It was him, bro. It was the kid. He'd been missing for 10 fucking
He's
years.
been back there for
Yes.
What
so
is it, like a food store?
I don't know.
That's disgusting.
Okay,
You gotta
so
smell that, dude.
Okay, so that's what I was thinking.
How do you
How do you not
smell
smell
that?
a fucking
It
deceased
stinks.
human being?
For 10 years?
For 10 years. and
Motherfucker.
then so I guess what happened,
That's
and
crazy.
this part I didn't understand, but I guess according to the owners or managers or whatever, that employees would go back there for some reason. I don't know exactly the circumstances and take their breaks.
They be blazing it.
And I guess this fool got fucking stuck back there or whatever.
Oh,
And that
shit.
the coolers or whatever it was he was stuck behind, they made a lot of noise. So yelling for help, they couldn't hear him. And that fool ended up fucking. That's what they're considering it as right now.
Holy fuck.
That this fool fucking died from
that's-
getting stuck in the back of a fucking.
Hey, did you hear
freezer.
about, I don't know if it's true, a customer was telling me, or it wasn't even a customer, it was a vendor, he was like, because I was telling one of our homies was in Costa Rica, and he was like, oh, make sure he's not drinking the alcohol.
Us is the
Yeah, people
that's
are dying.
Dominican Republic.
Is that's what
Yeah,
it is?
that's what Dominican.
Fucking, their alcohol is like, I guess, tainted. And
It's
fucking-
fake. It's
Yeah.
like fake alcohol.
Bro,
Like,
they're
it's not real or
fucking,
some
people are
shit.
dying,
People are dying,
from the alcohol,
And
bro.
where was this at?
The Dominican
Yeah.
Republic.
Damn,
Crazy, huh?
for real?
Yeah.
They were popping off for like
He said like
2 or 3 months. Someone like every other 2 or 3
oh,
weeks just
oh,
popping
yeah,
off.
that's what he was telling me. I was like, no way.
What the fuck?
See, I didn't know. He was saying Costa Rica. I was like, I don't know if it's true or not, but like that's crazy.
Nah, and then there was some other shit fucking. I think it was in Alaska. There was, coincidence enough, there was a couple, and the girl was 21 or 22, and the guy happened to be 24, I think, and he was from Australia, and she was from.
In Austin, what's that?
Yeah, they ended up being found dead. Or I think, was it both of them? Hold on. I think it was both of them.
Really?
Yeah, here it is. It was off the British Columbia Highway or whatever. And so, watch this.
Just started a road trip in a remote corner.
Yeah, they were going to Alaska.
Which one's the girl?
Each stage it's harder because the more that I'm watching and it's everywhere, you know, the words brutal and violently are haunting me. And so while I want to know the details, it's not going to change my outcome.
China had flown from her home in Charlotte, North Carolina to be with Fowler, who was working on a BC ranch. The two were planning to explore the Canadian Rockies before stopping in Alaska. They were traveling in this van. Fowler
yeah,
I
they were
thought of
both-
that like the other
until
day.
it broke
I got
down
one of
Sunday
those.
afternoon.
It's
We were
bigger.
just going down the highway and came around the corner and there was that blue van.
Yeah, they found the van, and then like they found the girl. She had been shot like 8 times, and then she had no shoes, and then he was missing. The dude was missing one shoe, and he was only so far from the van. Like they were both far from the van, and they fucking found him off the highway, bro.
So
And this is like in Alaska. I guess they were taking a trip from like national park to national park, and they were in Alaska and shit, bro.
What the? So there's no like.
There's no like nothing right now. Like nothing's being spoken of it or
They're just
anything.
dead.
We had a debate at work, bro. I don't know.
What
is
You
that?
can lift it up.
It's just a fucking.
It's like a little fucking graffiti
Oh.
little drawing.
Yeah, we had a debate at my work, bro. It was just about like mythical creatures, bro. Do y'all believe in them? Like
Mythical
Like
creatures.
what? Like Bigfoot?
like Loch Ness monster, or like, you know what I mean? Like
I
shit like
bet.
that.
Let's get your opinion. What do you think?
My opinion? I don't know. I'm more of a believe it. I gotta see it to kind of believe it type thing.
Yeah,
I gotta see it.
100%
I gotta
agree.
see it.
I agree.
Pictures. I mean, yeah, but you know people edit pictures now.
Oh yeah, I could show you something. It looks like I fucking took that
Yeah.
picture and I didn't do anything but Photoshop it.
I don't know.
I guess Loch Ness.
it's more reasonable.
I think that would be considered maybe
the
possible
most possible.
because there's so much oceans not been discovered.
But I mean, in like Lake Nessie or Lake whatever.
No,
wherever it's
no,
at.
there's nothing.
In Scotland or whatever. the fuck.
No. I think because there was this one,
Like, I be seeing like, I be watching that show Destination Truth. It's like old as fuck, but they
so
do, like,
this
from-
thing right here. So they found this on the coast of like Australia, coincidence enough, and it's like
Fucking
this
Aussies.
big ass fucking
Aussies, bro.
worm,
What the fuck?
and it's translucent and shit, and
Oh,
it
yeah, I
it
see
like
that.
eats bacteria or whatever. I forget what they call it. It's like a giant sea worm.
Yeah, I seen that. There was
And-
another one too. It was like a little jellyfish, bro. They just found it and it was like fucking weird.
I mean, the ocean is crazy,
Yeah.
bro. There's so many deep depths when it comes to like,
fuck,
look at this shit. What the fuck is that?
that looked like a
Like, what the
uterus or
fuck?
something.
For real, it does. What the fuck?
That shit crazy.
Shout out some
Oh,
females.
shout out to pregnant.
Nah, just like look at that shit. Like, what the
What is
fuck?
it?
I don't know. They don't know. Like,
That's like a wormhole.
yeah, it's just like a worm and shit. And so I could see that, but like Bigfoot.
That's the song I told him too. I was like, bro, I don't believe it. Like Bigfoot, no. I mean, aliens are more realistic than
That's like
Bigfoot.
the what is it called? Is it the Yeti?
Yeah.
Like the snowball or snow, the abominable snowman.
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe.
nah, I don't.
But
How has no one seen it? That's the thing.
I don't think Bigfoot's real or Yetis.
Exactly. How does
How has
no
no one seen it and
I
gotten
think-
a
I
clear picture of it?
That's true. Like we were saying,
Unless
Mars,
there's only one of them.
I don't know. It's like saying there's the fucking end of a rainbow. There's not. There's a picture.
I've been to the end of the rainbow.
Have you
There
seen?
ain't shit.
There ain't.
Nah, but no, isn't it just a fucking reflection off the water or the sun?
Yeah,
It's
like,
water
yeah.
shit.
Watch. I don't know where it is. Oh yeah, here.
'Cause you
Look,
Oh yeah. It's,
people got pictures finally. Like, I guess not finally, but
but it's
like, there's no such fucking thing as a. It's a fucking. I don't know what you would call it.
it's translucent. It's not.
Well,
even
yeah,
real.
but it's like
It's not even a tangible
like
item.
almost like a hologram.
Yeah, I
kind of.
was gonna say it's not even tangible. You can,
No,
you can never
it was
touch
like that story I was talking about. So, I think it was Joe Rogan was talking about it, and I don't know if the story is true or not, but there was these three guys that were fishing, and they were like on some coast where there was like icebergs, like the big old fucking slabs of ice, and so they were talking about how, or they were fishing or whatever, and I guess they ran into one Titanic rerun, I guess, and their fucking boat's fucking sinking. So by the time they realize this, they're like, "Oh fuck, we're fucked. We're like an hour or two away from fucking civilization." They call it in, whatever. They said it'd be like an hour or two. They managed to get on this slab of ice. Well, they're sitting there all together, just like waiting, and in the far, far fucking distance, they see a fucking polar bear, bro. But he's far. They're thinking, he's fucking far. He can't fucking whatever. Well, according to whoever studies polar bears can smell something through about 3 feet, I believe, of ice. And so this fucking polar bear obviously knows they're there.
Yeah,
So
he
he sees them, they see him, and this fucker starts making his way. Jumps off of one iceberg, swims, and gets on another. Jumps off that iceberg, swims,
Whoa.
gets on another, and they're like, fuck, like,
die.
well, I'm about done. Like, I'm counting how long it is until I'm dead. And so they're fucking tripping, bro. Well, this fucking polar bear finally makes it to him, bro. Drags one of the homies down and fucking gets him and takes him to the next iceberg. Eats him alive, bro.
Polar bears aren't they like one of the deadliest animals?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I know the hippos are.
Hippos, yeah.
Well, it's weird, like, when you think about hippos, it's like, when the fuck do you go around a hippo?
I ain't going
The
around
zoos?
the bro.
But I don't think anybody's died at a zoo.
That hippo?
But we were talking about it on the way to like Denver, that story. Bro, imagine it was us three. There's a 33% chance you're getting picked, or he's getting picked, or I'm getting picked. So it's 33% chance, bro. Imagine being one of those 3 people, bro. What would you do? Would you like play a game to determine which one really gets eaten, or would you just let it be random? Like let that.
I would have to let it be
When you're
fucking
gonna go, you're
random.
gonna go.
So that
It's
shit.
your turn at that moment.
Like,
If it was my
like
turn.
imagine we were talking about it. It was like, bro, what if that guy's one of the guys like, bro, we're gonna die. That polar bear's coming. And the other two are like, nah, bro, you're good. And the next thing you know, that fucker gets ate
Months.
because they didn't want to
Go.
move and shit, bro. That's just
No, that shit sucks.
That'd be crazy. I don't know what the hell. That'd freak the fuck out. I'd probably die of a heart attack.
Yeah, I
before
probably
anybody touched me.
I was gonna say I probably pass out, be the one that dies.
Yeah.
Cause I'll be dead, passed out.
I don't know. I guess, yeah, I think I would just let it be
I'm squaring up with
random.
the polar bear.
I would just,
I'm
dude,
gonna
them
have to-
All
fuckers
three
are,
of us. Just
them fuckers
That's what I
are
was saying, too.
beasts,
like
bro.
Area 51. You can't stop us all, dog.
Fuck, no, we're not going down that fucking road,
Fuck
bro.
that shit.
We're
Hey,
done with Area
hey,
51.
you trying to go? You
I'm-
trying to trip on someone?
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
No, you know what's crazy is I was talking to a few people at work and shit, and some people are fucking down to fucking
Are you
go.
serious? I want
I'm
to.
like-
There's some idiots there.
I don't know. I'm like, I just don't understand. So this lady, I think it was in Arizona, bro. The fucking panther, I think, escaped or something, and fucking attacked this lady.
Bro, imagine getting attacked.
Look at
by
that fucking beast.
Dude, yeah.
A panther?
I see dogs I don't want to fuck with. Imagine.
Oh my goodness.
I couldn't
bro.
even think. I wouldn't even want to get close to like a
She
giraffe.
wouldn't.
I see like the giraffe and shit, but I couldn't see. I couldn't even imagine, bro. That would.
And you guys heard about how, like, about
She crossed over.
him. Oh, did she? Is that
Yeah,
what
it
it
says
said?
right there. Yeah, she
Oh,
deserved it.
shit.
Oh,
Sorry.
what a
You
dumb.
deserved
Yeah,
it.
you dumb.
Sorry,
deserve
bitch,
that
you
one.
done it to yourself. No, like a month or so ago, I don't know if you guys had read, but somebody had broken into the zoo late at night.
Oh,
bro,
yeah.
And they fucking snapped open some of the gates and the fence shit, and like they did the hawk, but the hawk didn't fly away. I think the only thing escaped was some random ass animals.
Yeah, some
But it was like
little
a fucking raccoon. No, one of the cats got out.
Oh.
So I think it was one of the mountain lions, a raccoon, and something else. I think like a fox or something.
Bro, imagine the little monkeys. Ah, you fucking. There's
Did
little
we have
monkeys.
monkeys?
I think we got a few. I haven't been there in a while.
Dude, I
Oh,
haven't
dude,
been
I
there
think
for
there's
fucking
one
been there
years.
so long, dude. But that
Bro, that
there
zoo
was
sucks.
more.
They deserve to be free.
Yeah.
No, but I guess there's like a small area. They fucking-
Shit.
There's a small like little like secluded area they have. They only got into there. And the one that was missing the longest was, I guess, the raccoon, which was only like 15 to 20 minutes after they realized that the shit had been broken into.
Like really.
So it wasn't too bad.
Like, might as well go grab another raccoon. Nigga, fuck. Oh,
I see some raccoons last night. I had to go to Walmart.
Oh,
Bro, fucking, I'm not gonna say who my security system is, but I had to go buy batteries and shit. And they had these random ass fucking batteries that were called CR123As.
Nice.
I don't know, I've never
That's
heard of
trash.
them,
That's
never
trash.
seen them. They're like these little fucking short, stubby, fat fucking batteries. $12, 14 after tax for fucking two.
That's probably more than you pay
Batteries
for
are
this
expensive.
fucking system. It's so
Huh?
fun.
Batteries are expensive.
Bro, for real, it says 10 years, so that motherfucker better last 10 years.
You won't even remember.
I'm gonna remember that was $14 I'll never get back. Shit. I was like, and then like, okay, so Dollar General didn't have their fucking, I guess I expected that. So then I go to Walmart, they didn't fucking have it, so then I'm thinking, fuck, where the fuck am I gonna find these? Thank goodness I remembered fucking Home Depot. They had two.
You bought both of them?
No, I just bought one. That's it.
On the $28.
Yeah, like,
four
I'm
batteries?
about to spend $30 on some fucking bullshit.
Oh,
I ain't trying to stock up on them hoes. They were like lithium, so I was like, okay, cool.
Good one.
I
Yo,
guess.
is that a felony? Letting off animals and shit?
I mean, breaking.
I mean,
breaking
it's probably
A felony,
city
though?
property, vandalizing for sure.
That's probably like endangering, like.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Endangering civilians
Animals.
and animals. Because God forbid, fucking one of the animals got hurt escaping.
Or
By cars
like
and
the
shit.
dog got eaten by like one of the cougars got out or something. Or what is it, mountain lion or something? What the fuck it is in the fucking zoo?
Yeah, there's a mountain lion.
Eats one of the ducks or something.
Eats
Beast.
one of the
The
ducks.
peacock?
Beast. Oh. Speak about peacocks, bro. One time at work, we was chilling. It was me, Eva, like the night crew were closing, and one of the yard guys snaps a video to me, and it's like a flock of peacocks in the yard. They were fucking walking around the lumber and shit. So whatever, they fucking like try to shoo them out. And they could leave, bro.
At your fucking store?
It was like at least probably like 6 of them, bro. They walk in lines like fucking like ducks, kind of. So they walk across. They walk to the stop, like the stoplight right there at Poe and Main.
Yeah.
They walk to that shit, and they literally walk the street like if they were humans, bro. They walked it like the crosswalk, bro. It was weird. Then they walked the crosswalk again towards on Main to Main. Fucking walks walk all the way in a straight line, bro. It was weird. Some lady finally like stopped him and fucking. I guess she picked him up because I guess they were her fucking peacocks.
What
It
the
was fucking.
fuck?
I was recording it. It was fucking weird.
What the fuck? They're all smarter than some human beings.
Fuckers are walking the crosswalks, bro. It was crazy. And
Nah.
people could vouch for it. I was tripping, bro.
Speaking of like some crazy shit, I know this is okay. I want y'all's opinion beforehand, and I just want a yes or no. Then I'm gonna explain something, and then we'll get more in depth.
I can't tell
For
you.
one, just yes or no. Do you think either we have, or it's gonna be possible maybe later in the future for time travel?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna say yes, and I have some reasoning, but I'm gonna say why I brought this up. I happened to see a random video today, and it had to do with the fucking Simpsons. And did you see that video?
No, I was thinking about that today.
For real?
About the Simpsons, how they like predicted some of the shit.
Okay, bro. Not just did they predict shit. This video is good. Like, I'm not saying it persuaded me. Shout out fucking Kyle for sharing that fucking video today. But I was bored and I started watching it. And these two dudes have their own fucking podcast. I wish, you know what? I'm gonna look it up so I can shout them out. Maybe I'll even tag them in the fucking this video. But they end up talking about fucking The Simpsons. And what they end up talking about is, like, in the video, The Simpsons back in like whatever year, they talk about having like watches, like Apple watches and
I've
shit.
seen that.
So it's that, and then they go to the extent of being able to vote electronically and it fucking up.
Yeah.
And then obviously they predicted Donald Trump, but even to the extent, so I think it was 2000 when the video came out that Donald Trump was going to be president. Then he became president in like 2015
They
or
made a
whatever.
video of him like dying, huh?
Well, they do have that, but they have a video of him going down the stairs, waving like this, and then he waves with the other hand, and it's identical to the fucking.
the sign falls and everything.
Yes,
That's
bro,
crazy,
it was some fucking weird shit.
That's why I'm saying Area 51 is gonna happen because they had
Did they
aliens,
predict
they had
that?
aliens with the guards that were taking like a selfie, bro. It was, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
so-
if it was fake. Like I said, I never really watched The Simpsons.
Yeah, I
like
never
that.
watched
No,
it.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know if it's fake either. But then, like, what other shit did they predict? Like FaceTime.
Yeah, I think there's a poster of 9/11 and it says coming soon and like the things
Oh
on fire. I think that was on there
bro.
too.
They predicted like 9/11.
Yo, who's the dude that makes Simpsons? This motherfucker.
Yeah. Okay.
Who
So
the
that
fuck
was
is
what I was
this
getting
guy?
at. So that dude, he's the
Oh.
creator of that,
I know where you're going.
and he created Futurama.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And so like, there's all this fucking shit, bro.
And isn't he the guy that fucking like froze himself? I think he's freezing himself and then they're gonna try to bring him back from the dead or some shit.
Captain.
See,
America
look.
shit.
So I wish we
Yeah.
could show this. So these guys, I don't know what their podcast is. Infinity Explorers. Go check out. I might share their fucking video. But see, they predicted the Ebola virus. They predicted the Lady Gaga like coming
Oh yeah,
down.
the tiger, the secret.
Oh
friend, I
yeah,
forgot
they
about
said that the tiger was gonna turn on these fuckers, and then later on in life, the fucking tiger killed one of the dudes.
Mhm.
And so then they have this. They even, like I said, from the detail of Lady Gaga coming in
Oh,
the
yeah,
Super Bowl.
jumping, yeah.
Bro. Like some
I've
crazy
seen that
shit.
Should we just start watching The Simpsons?
Bro, like, it's some crazy ass shit. And it's not like anything. Oh, yeah, look, this is autocorrect. Look, they predicted this in like 98, and then it came out in like 2000 and
What if it's just-
95.
What if it's just inspiration for shit though?
How do you do
You're
that,
gonna
though,
tell
at
me,
that time?
okay, so I would say that would be pretty like on point if it was a few things, like maybe 2 things.
Yeah,
3 things.
but
That'd be
multiple
I
things
guess you're
over
right. I
and
guess you're right
over.
about like 9/11, the Ebola. That's like some shit you really just can't be like bullshitting about.
see the faulty voter machine.
Didn't that happen?
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. Look,
It's a
and that was real shit. Like in 2012,
Fucking big Barack
he's
Obama.
he's
John
one
McCain.
vote for John McCain, 2 votes for John McCain. I want to vote Obama. 2 votes for McCain. Bro, like it's some crazy shit. And I'm not one to look into conspiracies, but man, like I said, oh yeah, look. So it's called the God particle, and they have fucking Homer doing this fucking elaborate fucking
How coincidental, huh?
like
Dumb.
algorithm equation, bro. Later on in
Good Will Hunting.
yes, bro, the fucking formula came real.
Was it?
It was a legit fucking thing. Like that is probably the most
Do
fucking.
you think that boy is a? You think he's a time traveler?
Yes, so
The
the guy
creator?
that
The
created
creator.
fucking The Simpsons, that's what they're considering. See, 14 years later, that fucking formula came to fruition.
That's crazy.
14 years. You're not gonna tell me that you just randomly wrote something down and it all of a sudden comes like it comes to life. Like I don't know. Oh, the Spygate scandal thing.
John Snowden.
Like there is
He has
just.
to be a. He has to be a.
I don't know if he has to be, but I guess that's where I was getting at. Is like people like the government spying on us. They say something about every dick pic's been fucking.
Random database.
Yeah,
and
like
shit.
everybody's seen it as far as the government goes and all this shit. Like she says something like it's not like the government's listening, and then that fucking dude's a robot. And look, there's the fucking Apple Watch and the Ebola breakout. And that was some real shit, bro, because they show, like, where they were all in the fucking, like, the hazmat suits and shit.
That's crazy.
And that's why I'm like, so I guess to get back on subject, like, now that y'all have seen it or whatever, I think this is like a 5 fucking minute video. I'll probably go share this. Y'all could check it out, whatever. What do you think? What do you think? You think that's even, like, even...
How does that happen? How does that happen?
I don't know. Like, what do you... When you think of time travel, what comes to mind?
Time travel?
I think of some. I don't ever think of people coming back from the future to here. I always think of like people going to the future. You know what I mean? I guess it's weird when you think about like, what if we went back to 1950 and made some shit happen? Like, we're like Hot Tub Time Machine when they went and they like became real famous and like.
Right.
In reality, they came back and they were fucking billionaires and shit. But coming from the future back.
I think that's more feasible is the going backwards.
Going back, yeah, going back. Would
Because
be
going
more
to the-
realistic than going to the future.
Yeah,
How
I
you
guess
gonna
you're right.
How you gonna go to something that we don't even know?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you'd have to go back from
Unless
the
we're in a
future.
simulation and we're just on fucking repeat.
That's what I've thought about that
But
too.
it's just crazy because, okay, be realistic when it comes to simulations. Who the fuck wants to fuck up?
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, I think in everybody's mind, no matter whose it is, I don't think anybody wants to screw up. So why would you allow your simulation to screw up?
Okay.
And that's a big simulation, like the Sims games. A lot of people reference that to what we could be. Like that's what mankind could be, is just like a big Sims game.
What if we are?
But I don't even think in that game, like I don't know. I've never played it. Have y'all played?
Once.
How long ago was that? Fucking years ago.
Forever.
That's what I don't know. But even like in GTA, it's like,
Are we being controlled?
yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like I make my own decisions.
Yeah, that's
I don't feel like there's ever a moment like something sparks and I do something like super, like on impulse that's just super retarded or whatever, you know? Like I don't feel controlled, if that's the best way of putting it. And then when it comes to like, I guess life in general, like there's not a, well, I guess we don't technically know, but I don't see it being a reset button.
What if it's like Avatar, bro? You can see how he goes in there and fucks up, and goes in there and fucks up, and goes in there and fucks up. You know what I mean?
And I don't know if we brought this up yet, but do you ever think that movies are an anticipation of what the future might hold?
Kinda.
Like
I said, yeah, I already talked
like
about
like you said, like Avatar. You know, like I don't know what other movie, like for instance, how the weather's been kind of odd. Like The Day After Tomorrow kind of seems more realistic.
Yeah.
But you could really do that because there's like machines that allow weather to be.
Oh yeah, like fog machines.
Yeah, you could do like different kind of shit. I'm pretty sure if you could do that, I'm pretty sure you could make a machine do rain or. You know what I mean?
I seen a video.
Pull up.
I seen a video where it was just literally like a circle of rain coming out of the sky, just hitting the ground.
Yeah, bro. It's like, what if the
You seen
government
that?
has like a
No,
system?
I
It's like
check it out.
I don't know where it's at, but it's like in the middle of the street.
What do you think it is?
Dude, I don't know. It's in the middle of a street. It's coming from this. Like the guy's recording goes up and down. You can't see nothing but like just a round little circle of water, rain just pouring in one area.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm pretty sure the government has like, shit to
What
do
the hell is that?
to control the weather, bro.
Are clouds real?
Clouds? No.
No, clouds are fake. All clouds are fake.
Nah, hell no. I don't know. I
I
see
don't know, like when it comes to like the atmosphere, it's hard to really explain it.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
It's like at night or something like that.
Okay. But that looks pretty fucking crazy right there. It's just coming out in one spot. I'm gonna have to check that out. I don't know what to look
Yeah,
up, but
That's crazy.
no. But if I think clouds aren't real, that's kind of going along the lines of I don't think we're real.
Yeah, I think it's all fake.
Like that's hard. Like I do see
Well,
clouds.
Find out. Just
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question.
That's-
It has. They have. I've flown. The clouds are real.
Yeah,
I
was
fucking
saying,
flew
I
before,
flew,
so like, yeah,
yeah.
clouds are fucking real.
I ain't never been flying, so I can't.
Bro, you're
I
up
can't.
there.
I can't speak about anything I don't know nothing about.
Okay, but that's true. But yeah, there it is, right there.
Yeah.
I've been, I guess,
Flown through
technically
those
in those
motherfuckers.
fucking clouds.
Hey, y'all was
Kinda dope.
Have you ever been on a plane where it's like turbulence, like
Nah,
like a storm or something?
No, not a storm, but I felt like where it just shakes us a little bit.
That's fucking crazy.
Damn. So I was watching another podcast. Shout out Logan Paul. He just had his 100th video for his podcast, and like I was saying, the statistic of podcasts is most podcasts end prior to 100, but we're gonna get there someday. We'll be at 100. I hope y'all are
I
supporting.
beat statistics, so fuck statistics. I beat that. No,
But anyways,
yeah.
so where I was getting at was MGK was on his podcast.
His
He
100?
said- Yeah, on
That's
his
a weird 100.
He had he had a bunch of like
Oh, okay.
people on there and shit. Anyways, he was on there, and so they were talking about some shit, and he was saying how he was gonna fly, I think from like LA to Ohio or some bullshit like that or whatever, and he said they were gonna take off on a private jet, and it was like Jamie Foxx, him, and two fucking other random people on this jet or whatever, and then that, not including the pilot and the co-pilot or whatever. So needless to say, I guess they were going, and for whatever fucking reason, fucking Jamie Foxx like, nah, I'm out, bro. Fuck this. I'm not flying on that fucking plane. And he's like, what the fuck? And MGK's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, we're supposed to be there and all this fucking shit or whatever. I don't remember exactly the full detailed story. Needless to say, when he got on the plane, you know how like you kind of almost feed off of other people's vibes sometimes? You're like, oh, well, maybe this ain't a fucking good idea. Well, he was like, nah, fuck it, I'm just gonna go. He said that was one of the most scariest fucking rides in his life. He's like, I'm pretty sure this is how it ends. He's like, I'm pretty sure he was like, I thought I was gonna die. I looked across and I didn't know the other two people. He knew one of them. And he said he looked at the other guy he didn't know, and that they just kind of made eye contact, and they kind of like almost spoke of like
Yeah,
to
just
each
like-
other without saying words. It's like, this is
it.
And MGK's like, I thought I was gonna have to go up in the fucking cockpit and fucking take over the flight. And he was fucking shitted.
So Jamie Foxx didn't go?
No, fuck no, Jamie Foxx didn't go.
Jamie Foxx is a hoe for that.
Yeah.
He let MGK just to be like, I get MGK like 6'6", bro.
Well,
mean,
I think there was
You're in the
another.
air. You're just
There was
floating in
another.
the air.
The thing he had brought up was, and I'm not sure who exactly it was, but it was some more famous people. They said that there was a group of 4 of them, and somebody didn't want to fly, so they didn't end up going on the flight, and the other 3 people ended up going on the flight, and they ended up crashing and
Some
dying.
kind of destination
And that's what MGK brought up. He said that's what it felt like. He said, I thought Jamie Foxx was gonna fucking live while the rest of us fucking died.
damn, Jamie Foxx is woke as fuck.
I would have been
He
fucking shitted if that happened.
Fuck,
You're
Nah.
you're just in the air. If
100
you're going
videos,
down.
bro?
You're
That's
going
a
down.
lot.
You're
But really,
not stopping until you
what,
splat.
4 in?
This will be, by the time this one comes out, we'll be 4 videos
Four
in. But we're only 2 weeks in. So, I mean, if you look at it
50
that way, in a year we'll have 100 videos.
That's
But
not,
I mean, it depends. I mean, maybe we start getting more content to the point that maybe we push 3 out a week.
Yeah.
You know?
Or we step back a little bit and we just do one. Maybe we go on vacation or something like we were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're riding a wave. We appreciate all you guys out
yes,
there.
we do. Yes,
Thank
we do.
you guys. Y'all have been supportive.
You know, I was just thinking, bro. No, I don't mean to cut you off.
Nah, go for it.
I just want to say, R.I.P. to the firefighter that lost his life. I don't know his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just popped in my head for some weird reason. I was just like,
No, that's good.
I forgot, but yeah.
I'm sure a
it's
lot
like,
of people
our
will
condolences to the Beer
definitely
Bros
from
and
the Beer
Zebo.
Bros. Yep, man, that's tragic, man.
That's
I
tough,
mean,
bro.
when I first heard about it, I didn't understand the extent of it, and I
Mhm.
guess I still don't know all the details.
Right,
But
yeah.
needless to say, I mean, that's one of the more. I know it wasn't like a crazy like emergency, but just I know they had to have done some things for so many people's and touched so many people's lives that you know they're more than appreciated. I don't think anybody individually or in groups could say thank you enough, and we appreciate you every single day for everything you guys do, whether it's the firefighters, police officers, EMTs, doctors, nurses, everybody out there. We appreciate y'all every day.
Stay woke with them.
Definitely.
You never know, so if you have a loved one like that, just every morning you better tell them you love them, because
Yep, that's facts, man. That is
crazy.
definitely facts. Well, I mean, I think that's a good way of ending this episode. What do you guys think? I mean, that's a good way. Shout out. Everybody have a blessed Friday. And then until Monday, y'all see us again. We love y'all.
Later.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Remember, share, subscribe. We love you guys.